Copyright disclaimer. Under Title 17 U.S.C. Section 107, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips a balance in favor of fair use. Rest in peace to Tyler Reeves from 1991 to 2001. So I'm going to be reading this. It's a Facebook post dated October 26, 2017 from Christy Gordon. And then I will read the article. On the topic of Scientology child neglect, my friend and fellow second gen Marissa Sigmund has shared her nephew's story with me before, but I'd never seen these documents, courtesy of Sam Freeman. I wish the story could be plastered on the front page of every newspaper on the planet as a warning and to prevent other children and families from devastating losses like these. It's completely tragic and utterly heartbreaking. Marissa talks more about it here at about the 5:30 mark. And then she's got a YouTube video. My sister and I were home alone, or left with strangers from the ages of 3 on because my mother's Scientology, tunnel vision, combined with what LRH taught her about us, not really being children, and living hand to mouth, so every penny could go towards Scientology. This neglect got worse and worse once our mother joined staff, like the boy's mother did. And worse again when we joined the Sea Organization at 9 and 12. And worse again when we joined the Sea Organization at 9 and 10. Without her, we were exposed to all sorts of dangers, had too many injuries to count. I had 3 concussions by the age of 6, and ate an entire bottle of children's aspirin because it tasted like candy. Were molested by not 1, but 2 sexual predators, etc. But when I see stories like these, I realize we were very fortunate. We were the lucky ones. Rest in peace, Tyler Reeves. In the world of Scientology, people are considered immortal beings. And this is regarding Tyler Reeves. Reincarnating lifetime after lifetime into an inconsequential meat body, courtesy of equally inconsequential meat body providers, parents, until they have reached the age of at least 8 years old and become of some material use to its workforce or able to sign a billion-year Sea Organization contract. Children, especially those of Sea Organization members, are regarded as a mere impediment to the forward motion of the expansion of the cult. There have been over 400 instances of staff members working for the cult of Scientology who have been encouraged to abort their pregnancies, such as the pressure brought to bear on Scientologists to dedicate all of their time to slaving for the cult rather than wasting valuable resources on childcare. As a direct consequence of this mindset, the unfortunate child of the heavily indoctrinated Scientologist often suffers from neglect to a greater or lesser degree, and is more often than not left to his own devices, learning out of necessity to fend for himself from a very young age. It was under these conditions that 8-year-old Tyler Reeves, nephew of Marissa Sigmund, died in a house fire just before Christmas in December 2001, having been left home alone with his 2 older siblings, while their mother was co-assigned to duty running the Phoenix branch of the Church of Scientology. The Mafia Osa branch of the Church of Scientology, the Office of Special Affairs, soon caught wind of the youngster's death and, becoming alarmed at the growing attention, the black PR, from the media, swooped in with a team of agents from Los Angeles to stage manage Tyler's funeral and muzzle the growing chatter from the media regarding the whereabouts of his parents on the night of his death. Tyler's family were warned in no uncertain terms by the OSA team. Oh, I wonder what names the OSA team would be. Inquiring minds do want to know. Not to mention his mother's connection to Scientology. Marissa was further instructed to state that she was unaware of her sister's occupation as a senior executive running the Phoenix chapter of the church. Agents from the cult were also present at Tyler's funeral. Isn't that wonderful, you guys? Handlers. And not a single prayer nor eulogy was permitted. Not a single prayer or eulogy was permitted. Without prior review and approval from Scientology's Mafia team, including a poem Marissa had penned to say farewell to her nephew. Mourners at the funeral were cautioned by the agents not to display grief. That's just like how Reeves explained that weird funeral. I think it was for her husband. Weird. Like emotions don't exist. Like crying is a bad thing. And Tyler's mother was later interrogated, as to reasons why she had broken down in tears at the service. Rather than maintaining the stoic uptone presence, that would be the correct behavior. So uptone, you just look like a psychopath, right? Because psychopathy is the way to be, right? That would be the correct behavior, belittling of a Scientologist. I really wish I knew the names of those sons of bitches. The removal and disposal of Tyler's body was executed under the scrutiny and directions of Mafiosa Osa, and it wasn't until 2 years later that Marissa was finally allowed to know where the ashes of her nephew had been scattered. So rest in peace to little Tyler Reeves, who didn't even have a chance, because everybody was telling him that he was an adult in a small body, that he needed to take care of himself. Rest in peace to this cute little boy who never lived to see, let's see, how old was he? 2, 3, 4, 5. I think he was like 10 or 11 years old. I will leave the link in the description. Like and subscribe if you choose. Peace.